Crunch time, coming up big when it counts.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Crunch Time, where we come up big when it counts. I'm Dom with Sauce and Lukey. Three Musketeers again this week. Unfortunately, Anth is an apology. He will be returning next week. How we all been? Going well?
Pretty good, Dom. I was just saying before we started, it feels like it's been a long time since we've done one of these. It's been a whole 7 days. It feels like it's dragged on.
It has. It's been a bit of a slog.
Yeah.
Getting back to today, which is Wednesday when we record.
Yeah.
So it's Saturday.
We talked about this last week. People think that we do this Saturday, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, they realize it's not live. We talk in the future and like sometimes in the past and in the present, but really it's the future.
We're cooked on this show. We've got
all
alternate. We're in the multiverse of all the different timelines, like in Marvel. It's just past, present, and future. How you going, Sauce? Are you all good?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Plugging along. Yeah, good to be back for another episode. Obviously, we Musketeer down, but the show must go on. So what have we got on the agenda?
What we got, we're starting with where to from here, and that is with F1. We haven't really spoken about it too much for the last few weeks, but, you know, the season's finishing this Monday morning coming. Abu Dhabi, last race of the season. Everything's all on the line. Yep, 369.5 points each for Verstappen and Hamilton. All the eyes are on them. We said this on the Double Coverage podcast that it just so happens that this season's been so crazy and that there's been so many eyes on the sport because of Drive to Survive. And not for anything, Drive to Survive is going ahead for another season, and they're capturing all the highs, the lows, all the drama from 2021, and it has been unbelievable. It has been 100 times more entertaining than last season. Definitely. Way more entertaining. It got boring with 60-second wins last year and the year before and the year before that. It was just shit. So
this is the most drama I can remember for a while. As in, like, even when I was watching it when I was younger, maybe I just don't remember because it was a long time ago now. But this is the most drama I can almost ever remember in the sport. I reckon that Red Bull era with when Vettel and Webber, that was sort of
yes
drama filled, I guess, but not to this extent. This is
with
nuts.
Infighting on a team, 100%. But this is like genuinely two teams going at each other, and let's be honest, Max and Lewis, they don't like each other. I don't care what anyone says. They don't like each other. Like, you got Max was brake testing on Lewis during the race on the weekend, and he crashed into. It's just ridiculous shit. But with all the eyes on the hobby now, where do we go from here when it ends? Do you think people are going to be focusing more on Lewis, more on Max? Do you think there might be a run up again in the box prices? Because my prediction is Lewis is going to win it. He's going to win the whole thing. And because if he does win it, he goes outright most world championships ever. The narrative behind him becomes the GOAT because not for anything, not everyone is informed on all the legends of the sport. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
they watch Drive to Survive, and they're living in the moment. And Lewis is the GOAT. So what happens? Does the prices of the boxes go even higher? Oh, these are the questions.
So that before we talk about the box, it's funny how like you think of it. You compare it to like LeBron and Jordan, how everyone says, "Oh, Jordan's still the GOAT" and stuff like that. But in F1, it's the complete opposite way around. Like no one ever talks about Schumacher and him being the GOAT. Everyone just talks about Hamilton. It's just weird. I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of new fans and stuff like that.
And the funny thing is, like when you talk about Schumacher being the GOAT, everyone would say, "Oh, but he's not better than Senna." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In saying that, like Senna didn't have as many world championships as Schumacher and all this stuff. Yeah. And now all of a sudden this new energies come into the sport and they're doing the same thing, but I can guarantee you a whole bunch of them, more than 50%, maybe even more than 70%.
More than 70.
would not have seen one Michael Schumacher race in their whole life.
Yeah.
Or one season of races. They wouldn't even know who he is. They just know, oh, he's got 7. The stats are he's got 7. Lewis has 8. He's the GOAT. That's the way it
Yeah.
works.
Then again, you could even say that 70% of people didn't see a Vettel race in 2011 to 13. That's how new it is.
Well, yeah, well, 90.
Well, a lot of
90,
people, when
yeah.
it comes to the people who are into cards that are watching
Yeah.
F1, I mean,
I'd say 90.
and
I'd say
people
even more than that.
and
more than
people that
70%.
were, coming on board just recently, and how many people have really just started following the sport because of the Netflix series, flicking through Netflix and seeing this Drive to Survive. What's this? Started watching it, and all of a sudden now they're following F1 religiously. So, they would have no idea about Vettel's reign or Schumacher themselves. So
Yeah.
I actually had a mate message me during the week, and he goes, bro, he goes, oh, I remember you told me to watch Drive to Survive. I just started watching. I'm 6 episodes into season 1. He goes, this is the most ridiculous show I've ever seen. He goes, I'm hooked. I go, that's season 1. I go, it only gets better. He goes, nah, no way, no way, no way. And he loves Valtteri Bottas. Like that's who he actually likes, which is a surprise. He got into the sport this year. He started watching it, and he loves Bottas. Every time there's a race, he'll message me, and he's like, my boy's Bottas. He loves him. He loves it. And you know what? That's good. Like his favorite guy is someone that's leaving Mercedes, going to Alfa Romeo. He's going to be the key driver at Alfa Romeo next season. And I like that. A guy coming in outside of the box, going, oh, I like this guy. I'm going to follow this driver. He's not sticking to the whole, I'm going to follow just Hamilton, or I'm going to follow
Max.
well, Max doesn't really get too much love, but it's like mainly Hamilton.
I reckon he does.
You reckon?
If people are going to support, I feel like people coming in right now, they either support Max or Lewis. It's one or the other.
I reckon they're just like, we love Lando and George Russell and
in cards, yeah.
Yeah, cards. Yeah.
I feel like
in the sport, yes.
In the sport, it's A and B.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. But I like that there's an alternate, someone likes this guy or likes that guy. And I reckon that's awesome. Like us on Off the Grid, we've said it 1,000. We have like 5 or 6 guys that we actually like watching to race. And then we got our handful of people we don't like. So.
But we have to talk about them. They need the airtime.
Oh, we have to. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys that like to complain.
Yeah. Do you want to get up the box prices?
Let's have a look here. Do you reckon there could be a massive run up? I don't see it transitioning into the new product though, because a lot of if Hamilton wins, like already, like the variation's already worth so much money. His autos are worth so much money. Surely the prices of those cards and the boxes, there's a massive run up because that's the product, really.
My thought, it's been like this from the start, that the off season there was going to be a dip. I don't know if they can sustain at this value, especially the sort of run up they've had this year.
Especially if Jupster keeps cranking out the boxes, mate. He's just ripping.
Shout out to Jupster. Jeez, if you want an F1 break, go check him out because
he's a machine.
He's got every box in the whole world.
Literally, and if he doesn't, he just buys it off of you. So
yeah, exactly. I'd love to see his like storage room of boxes.
Oh man, he's got a house built out of Topps.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I reckon he lives in a box full of F1 Topps Chrome boxes, and I don't blame him either.
So a sale today at 1:40 p.m. has gone off for 1,775 F1 hobby box, Topps Chrome F1 hobby box. Then the Sapphire Sapphire sales are actually up over 2K. So they've surpassed. That's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting that the Sapphire has now surpassed the Topps Chrome a little bit. Even recent sales 1,800. So the Sapphire seems to be doing a bit better. Good to see that there's listings from My Slabs here. So boxes being sold on My Slabs and coming up on 130 points. So pretty cool.
Is this a different sort of search on 130 point? This looks weird.
Yeah, this is the newer version search. So there's like an older version that goes like this.
Yeah,
and then it says here new trading card search, and click that, and then it takes you here.
It's
It
got
just
my
comes
slabs
up a
on
bit,
it.
just comes up a bit differently, and yeah, it has
Okay.
my slabs. I've noticed first time I've seen
Interesting.
my slabs. So
Yeah.
yeah, pretty
Great.
cool. Here's
Case.
that's a pre-sale for a 2021 Topps Chrome 12 boxes case for 6,223.
So that first box, sorry, sauce that you said is almost 2,500 Australian dollars.
Mm.
It's a fair bit. That's insane. 2,500.
The
Well,
price-
500 bucks a box for the 2021 product, according to this case, which recently sold. So if you break that down, it works out to about just over 500 a box, which, is about the starting price. What, F1 2020 Topps Chrome was. So, yeah, it's around about the same starting price.
It won't get run up to this extent. No chance in
Nah,
hell.
no
Surely
way.
not.
No.
I can't see it getting over 800 US.
This genuinely, like, this product becomes the 2003 Topps Chrome NBA product of F1.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Genuinely. This is the product. We can have, if it has sustained success, this sport, over the next 10 years. I know we've got Miami next year. There's a race. There's 2 US races now. Over the next 10 years, and we have 10 Topps Chrome's products, this is what we'll be looking back to in a decade. Going, oh, have we got this box? Have we got, and not for anything, this box, potentially, if there's still Hamilton autos out there and stuff like that in these boxes, they could be worth, this is a bold prediction, could be upwards of 3,000 Australian or 3,000 US.
I think that's an under. Like, if we're talking,
I reckon
we're
that's
talking like your
underestimated in
whole.
10 years.
If your whole, if 10 years, I think these boxes are worth 15,000 each.
15. I
Oh.
was just being conservative. I don't want to just say it's going to be worth.
I'm
10.
saying a
Oh,
bold
I don't know about
prediction.
15. Yeah. I don't know about 15. I'd go maybe 7 or 8.
Why not? I mean, this is considered the chase for Hamilton. His first autos, essentially
especially
his first refractor cards.
especially in 10 years' time with equalization in the sport, if Norris and Russell win a couple world championships, potentially, with
Just
their
for
rookie cards in it.
Just
Yeah.
for reference,
Yeah,
just for reference, what is an 03 Topps Chrome basketball box going for?
Too much money.
Yeah, more than my bank balance. Do you reckon these are even around?
Shout out to Sammy, big boy movement, who's got these actually in her safe, locked away.
He's got fucking hell. How many?
in a
5K.
bank. It's in a bank safe.
$22,000.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's in a bank safe.
You could have bought
How
these
much did
about 4 years ago for 2K a pop.
What are you buying for? $4,000 a pop?
Yeah, I think
Even that.
4,000 each. Yeah,
4,000
yeah,
each.
about
Lukey.
5 years ago.
Wow.
bought
He's got
4,000.
5 of them, I think, in the vault. Is it 5? Or is it 8? 5.
I think
Five.
he's got 5, 4 or 5.
Man.
You do the maths.
I'm just trying to think what I sort of think of this. Because you think about the viewership and the sort of the popularity of NBA in the States, it's still on another level compared to F1. Yeah, in the car market, it's been all the
100%.
hype. It's been all the hype in the last year or so. Or not the last year, maybe 9 months. And basketball's down so much, and we can have a look at all that. But yeah, I think I'm happier at the 7 or 8 mark, to be honest.
Still, that's crazy.
That's a lot of money. Yeah.
Still,
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. Yeah.
That's if we're going based on the exchange rate now, that's literally
10?
almost 11,500 Australian.
Far out. Yeah.
Fuck, like, this is crazy, man.
Currently
There's a
on
pop-
bids,
pop
PSA
bonus.
10, pop 11 card variation, PSA 10. So it's currently at 14K.
That's a hard grade too.
Wow.
I don't think
Just
this
from-
will ever get. I don't think this will ever get past like pop 30. even.
That is
25.
a
10, no.
that's a 20,000 AUD card at the moment, currently. Wow.
What did the Dynasty sell for? 35? Was it
Oh,
35,000? Remember we looked at it a while ago.
what's his name pulled to 3 in the live in that J League live with the freaking British
Yeah,
patch.
yeah.
Like, how's that? That's
Number to 10, BGS 9, sold for not and the 9th of December 22.
222.22.
Number to 10.
I reckon that's cheap.
That's a 10, but
It's to 10, it's BGS 9.
far out. That's a 10.
Yeah.
That's not even like that's
cheap.
not like that's a nice card, but that's not even like the best looking card in the thing.
Yeah. Gotta say that the refractor variation is pretty sick though. The
Yeah,
imagery
it is.
and
It
stuff,
is.
that's
It
pretty cool.
is. It's mad.
What do you think it goes for? Rough guess.
Oh, let's go over or under 22,222.
Over.
All right, now what do you reckon? If it's over, what do you reckon it goes for?
Only slightly. 25.
75.
How long's left on that?
No, that was a sale.
Oh, that was a sale.
14,000. Oh, 14 was the sale.
No, this wasn't a sale.
No,
Oh,
it's still
this
4 days to go.
sorry.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah.
4
I
days
thought
to
you
go.
were talking
25.
about the dynasty. No, the dynasty
No,
was
no, no.
sold.
Yeah.
It
this-
had how
yes.
many bids or 6?
Eight bids.
Oh, 8
and
bids.
Let's say they
Four-
saw, so they're right.
no, they seem pretty pretty okay. I mean, there was
Yeah.
one here where it's like, he was a 7, but 12K, but like the last one did sell for above 10K, right? So there was another one I think that sold for around 14. So this one's projected to potentially go more than that.
Yeah, but this guy's smart, because it's in the lead up to Sunday's race. So
yeah, he's done this.
this smart,
guy,
man.
he's ending this in 4 days and 13 hours and
I'm
27 minutes.
telling
He's
you
done
right
this
now.
perfectly.
I'm telling you right now, he has done it perfect. If Lewis wins it, the guy that wins this, just fucking relist it, brother. Seriously, just relist it. Immediately relist it. If he wins the world championship. If he doesn't win it, well, it might go down slightly, but I don't see how far because Lewis is still going to be in the sport for a while. What's the thoughts on a couple of the other guys going forward? Your Lando Norrises, your George Russells, your Charles Leclerc.
I think we're going to see an off season in this. There's no way these guys are going to keep. In my opinion, there's
Surely not.
Other sports and stuff like that. I can't see this going up more.
Well, here's a few prices of Verstappen.
There's to be some sort of off
Dynasty.
season where we have a bit of a dip.
That patch is nice, the top one.
Yeah, it is the Pirelli.
Is it the 5?
Yep.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's cool.
Yeah, 3 or 5 that card is. So that sold for 11,500. PSA 8. Then there's a number to 10 patch auto sold for 7,300. A dual patch auto 8,000. That's number to 10. And then another number to 5 sold for 11,500. So, the prices have been pretty consistent across the board. Nothing real recently.
No, spoiler alert to anyone that listens to the interview with Lane, but he actually pulled a 101 Kimi Räikkönen Lukey.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he shows it on the pod.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Like the Dynasty cards are so nice.
That's why I'm waiting for this off-season F1 winter to hit the card market because I'm gonna try pick up a Vettel.
Man, look how cheap that is, bro. Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz, dual auto, patch auto, 2,800.
Shit.
That's a sick card. Click on that source. Bring that up. That's mint.
I wonder what the Bottas and Hamilton.
Man, that's a sick card.
That is cool.
Yeah. So what do we think on Lando's prices that we've got here? We got a number to 10 triple patch PSA 9 3,600.
He's dropped off a
What number
lot.
to 5? Number to 5 patch 1 of 5 here 6,500. It's non-graded.
I'll be honest. Like the whole Max and Lewis thing has really put George, Lando,
Leclerc.
Gasly, Leclerc, all in the
Shadow.
shadows.
Yeah,
Literally
definitely.
in the shadows. No one
Yeah.
is actually. And even when you watch telecasts and stuff, they're hard. Like they're actually struggling themselves anyway. Except for Leclerc, he's the quiet achiever. He's just killing it in that Ferrari. But the other guys, they've just taken a backseat, massively, massively taken a backseat. Just struggled in the second half of the season.
Georgie Russell's definitely selling more than Lando.
Which is fair enough. I get that, because he's going to be driving a Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. But what's this? Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, these cars, man. I don't know. I don't know these cars. If it's going to be a significant shake-up as they've designed them to be aerodynamically as a car, while then it's anyone's game next year. Anyone's game. But if
paying
it just works
$5K
out,
for a number to 5 RPA of George Russell, paying $5K.
No, I'm not personally.
For the top one, I would. Not for the second one.
You'd pay $5K for it.
He's got a shit order. Oh, sorry, the third one. The third one. I would, the third one.
That one?
Yeah.
Triple patch. The triple patch is usually the cheapest from what I've seen.
Oh, brilliant.
Oy.
Oh. It might be. Oh, no, there you go.
Jeez. Here we go.
I like the third patch.
His auto is shit.
It's better than Cam Reddish.
Yeah, fair point. Fair call.
It's not hard to do.
Yeah, so I think the overall prediction is, I'm with you, Lukey. I can't sustain this. I think we see a bit of a push towards Christmas for like the top two guys, because it's going to be really fresh. And then there's going to be a drop off. It's going to be interesting to see how many people follow the off season, or they'll just wait for Drive to Survive or the first race before they get straight back into it.
I think there's going to be a lot of people, to be honest.
Yeah. Or until the new product comes. Oh,
we don't know. Look, we don't really know if any of these have sold on Golden and other auction houses as well, which may
I should check if
Golden's
be
the case.
Just talking about. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Go on. No. I was just having a look at Leclerc's prices here. I've just been going through all the guys in Dynasty and having a look at what their prices are. So, the same triple patch auto as George Russell here, number to 5, 6,000. I think Russell was 5K. So, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I don't know who's the better driver. I feel like Leclerc has probably more opportunity at the moment than Russell. He's probably in the shadows at the moment. But yeah, interesting.
There's no.
I was just gonna mention about the 2021, 22 boxes. They're now pushed back to come out in January TBD. Do they go back again after that? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't come out till
this
March.
guy is cheap. This guy is so cheap.
Oh, don't show him this one. No, show him this one. Show him this one.
So Sebastian Vettel, number to 10, triple patch auto 1,600. This was a lot. There's another triple patch auto was number to 10. 1,200, and then a.
I remember watching this one. I was watching this.
That was all the way. Under 1,000. Wow. What 4 world championships, guys? Vettel.
4,
3,
yeah.
I believe. 4 or 3? 3. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm just looking at
Yeah. Any other guys that you want me to whack in here and look up?
No, I'm good for now.
Pretty much it, I think. I think we'll move along with the show. Buying, selling, eBay watch list. What's the go, lads?
Let's talk
Buying
about
anything?
Optic retail dropped in Australia this week at Kmart anyway, and I think most people at EB got their blasters
Yep,
and
quite a few people
boosters
getting
and
their
solos.
allocations. Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Um,
how did we go, boys? Domo, were you looking at all?
No.
No,
You
not
know
looking.
me. I usually go to my supplier if I want to buy a box, and that's usually Source. He gets a shit ton sometimes, and I just go, yeah, Source is nice enough. He'll sell it to me for retail, so I'll buy some stuff off of him
All right,
if I'm interested in the product.
yeah,
But
so the
nah,
supplier, how'd you go?
nothing on Optic.
I picked up a retail box, Optic retail box. I mean,
Did you rip
the
it?
going rate. No, I haven't ripped it. The going.
You're
I
gonna,
mean,
you're gonna rip
Talk
it
about the
now?
going rate.
yeah. Look, let's be honest. No, I'm not going to rip it right now, but I'm probably going to rip it at some point. I like Optic, the product, so I'll probably rip it. Although I'm very very hesitant after my last experience with Optic back in 2020. And this has
It
been the
can't be.
first release of Optic
Can't
since the Zion year.
it can't be
And
worse than your Mosaic Cellos. Come on.
wow, I mean, I wish I'd kept those Mosaic solos, mate. They're worth over $100 now a pop. Can't believe it.
God.
But yeah, I picked up a box, cost me $240 from Games World. Snagged one there, a whole box. Boy, how things have gone up significantly. I was buying those same boxes for $160 a pop from Games World, the exact same
Mm.
boxes, Optic retail box. There's 20 packs in the box. And now they're 240, which based off comps and what you can get them for, that's about the going rate. It's funny how these once retail selling stores have now adjusted their price to the market price, so they don't miss out on any of the gains that they could have. And it's sort of taken a bit of the flip game of the people buying out retail and then flipping that product, taking them out. So good in a way for some collectors who, that irked people that would just buy product. And it annoys me because, I rip product. And as I've said a number of times on shows, I like to mitigate my losses. So, usually what I'll do in that case is I'd try buy 2 boxes and rip one and sell one. And, being the boxes were around the $170 to $180 mark, or $160 to $180, and you could probably sell one for $250. Then the box you're ripping, is only $70, and you lose out. You don't hit much on a $70 a rip. You're like, you know what? It's not that bad, $70.
Mm.
But when it's $250 or $240 for the box, and you go rip that, and you get jack shit. You're not even guaranteed an auto in there, so there's no guaranteed auto. And with my experience ripping Optic last year, where I ripped 4 boxes and didn't get
Of
one.
blasters or
4 Optic retail boxes, and I
retail
didn't get
boxes?
I
Poor
didn't get
Jesus.
one, Ja Morant base Optic or one Zion base Optic. I've told this
What?
story a number of times. Out of 4 boxes, yeah.
I can't
So
remember this story. Fucking
it's
hell.
it's that's why I don't like just that's why I just hate just buying a box and ripping it. Like, I'd rather
Mm.
be able to get boxes at a decent price, buy 3, sell 2, rip 1. The one I'm ripping's $50 box. Maybe it's free depending on how much the other boxes have gone up. But my plan of doing that has been taken away because these retailers and stuff are marking up the boxes that you pretty much, you go to sell that. There's no room on the secondary market if you're buying it from them at that price.
Mm.
So it's sort of taken away some of my ripping experience, because I'll be honest with you, like, to me it really hurts, like buying a box for $300 and getting jack shit. And like, not for anything, that's 90% of ripping. And I can speak for experience, ripping over 1,000 prison packs, $1,000 worth of prison packs, not 1,000 prison packs, over $1,000 worth of
It's
prison.
close to
Yeah,
1,000. It's got to be close
it's
to
about
1,000
it's
prison
about it's
packs.
about 200 packs. It's about 200
Yeah.
packs.
Yeah.
Roughly around that. I mean, what's the best card I've got out of it? you wouldn't call a base Lamella or a base Anthony Edwards good, but probably a Cole Anthony, base auto that goes for about $75, $100, and I've ripped $1,000 worth of packs. And if I sold everything, I'd probably be lucky to get back $300 worth of shit. Like, that's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, like, I'll put it with you, and this is why I don't like doing it that way, because let's be honest, I could have just probably sold some of those packs and mitigated the losses, but I didn't, and now I'm probably in the hole. So that's why I don't like just buying and ripping product, because it just doesn't fit with my collecting style, and I don't get as much of an enjoyment out of ripping it if you're paying top dollar and then you also get jack shit. It's a different story if you hit the big hit. Yeah, everyone's happy, sure. Like, I would be happy as well. But that big hit is so few and far in between that you're always going to be playing catch up if you just rip everything you buy. So yeah, look, that was me. I was trying to get some boxes. I'll probably try to get some blaster boxes as well. The prices have dropped on them. You can comment on that because I know you picked up a few. So,
yeah, I was going to say before I talk about blasters, you mentioned how some suppliers like your Games World and Games World, Pop Culture, even Zing and EB, have put up their prices on the product. One supplier that hasn't, actually, I don't know if have Kmart put up their prices at all from
tiny bit,
a little bit,
very
yeah.
minimal, very minimal.
Is
Might
that
be
a Cello
$5, a little bit.
Yeah,
Cellos, I think they used to do
Cellos
them
are
for
22.
15 or
Okay, so
15,
it's up a little
20,
bit.
and yeah, I think they used to do them for 20. I'm pretty sure, as far
Okay.
as I remember, Cellos. So
Yep.
22
I'm
is not
on
too bad.
Kmart's website. I'll tell you if there's anything.
There's not. Trust me, I've been on all day. I've rang up all the stores in our northern suburbs, and no one's got fucking anything. Yeah, I was gonna say, talking about them, the one place where you can actually get like retail product close to what it actually was.
Are you sure? It just says click and collect only. Just landed. Optic.
Yeah, no. When you get click and collect, this is my story. Don't listen to my story.
Okay.
So I go in
Apologies.
afternoon. So you know what? I'm not going to air out the store because they don't want none of our bad publicity. But I went into Kmart, went there. I was like, "Do you have any?" I somehow managed to get. It wasn't on the website yet, so I saw a guy post it in the. This is the extremes I went to get some cellos to rip, because the Optic is my favorite product. I've got to say, Prism, I've got some cellos. I haven't ripped. I think I ripped a few, but these ones I really wanted to rip, and that's why EB I didn't even bother with the pre-order, because I knew they were going to be $30, and Kmart you can get them for 22. So I was like, all right, let's do this. Go into Kmart. I got someone posted that Kmart had cellos in another state. I think he was from Queensland. So I messaged him and I said, "Can you send me the barcode on it so I can go into my Kmart and find out if they've got it or when they're going to come in or whatever?" So he sends me the barcode. First I rang up like 3 stores. Everyone was like, "Oh no, it's not coming up on my system. I can't find it on anywhere." I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever." Rang up head office. They couldn't find the barcode either. I'm like, "How is this working? Like, this guy's got him in a different state, but for some reason it's not coming up on your system here." So I'm not sure how that works with Kmart. Anyway, so Saturday, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a punt. I'm just going to go
This is some
past.
investigative shit, Lukey. I'm not going to lie. You're ringing up head
This
office
is how
and everything.
this is how bad I wanted these Optic cellos. This is how bad I wanted them. So I went in.
It's his favorite product.
It's my favorite product. Saturday afternoon, I was like, you know what? I'm out. I'll just go past Kmart. We'll see what happens. So I went in there. And while I was at the gym before this, I was on the Kmart website and I found out that the cellos were now on there. So I had the SKU number, whatever it is, the item number. Went to Greensboro. Went to Greensboro on the way home. Went inside. I was like, all right. Do you have these products? She's like, oh yeah. So it looks like we've got 12 on hand. So I went to the front, had a look, nothing there. She's like, oh, I'll have a look out the back. So she's like, all right. Went out the back. She's like, oh, I can't find anything. It's got no scan location, so it's probably on a pallet or something. But if you ring back, the guy said ring back Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, so it's been 4 days since then. 3 days? No, what? 4 days, 5 days. I was like, you know what? I'm not listening to this guy. Not Wednesday. By Wednesday, everything's gonna be gone. When I got home on Saturday afternoon, they were available click and collect at Greensboro. I put in for the max, which was I don't even care I'm saying this. 11 packs was the max. I put in 11 packs click and collect, I rang up. So I put it in. I didn't get cancelled, fortunately. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I hit them here. Um, I rang on Monday just to see if my click and collect was ready because I hadn't received a confirmation email. So I rang them up. They're like, "Oh, we can't find your order on the system." I'm like, "Oh, here we go." I'm like, "Okay, do you have these? Do you have this in stock?" And she's like, "Oh, there's actually 2 in stock." I'm like, "What do you mean? I click and collected 11 yesterday. How is there only 2 in stock?" It's like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're at the back or something." I was like, "Oh, here we go. This will be great." So it turns out
The
that
runaround.
that box of optic was on the floor on Sunday, and someone bought all the packs of it. So we'll fast forward to today, which is Wednesday. I got an email saying that my order had been cancelled. And my click and collect order had been cancelled. So what's this? This just left me thinking: what's the point of doing click and collect when it doesn't even? They say click and collect only, but they still put it on the floor for everyone to get. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Look, what's the point in doing click and collect then? Just say you can only get these in store. These are the stores where you can get them, and stop the stuff around of everyone.
So you didn't get any optic?
I
Or?
didn't get anything. No, I got. You know what I got? I got 2 boosters, 2 booster packs. That is what I got.
Did you open them?
I opened. No, I bought some from Toy World as well. So I opened some from Toy World. I got jack shit. So after all that, I got jack shit. That's my story. But basically, what's the point of doing click and collect when they don't like reserve it for you? And if it's like that, I'm just going to ring up every single store, and then when you go to the store, they stuff you around, they can't find it, and it's like, what's the best way to get this product? Like, I actually don't know anymore. What is the best way?
You walk out the back, grab the whole box, and say, "I'm
I'm
taking
gonna say,
the whole
like, do I
box."
have to go out there and start? Do I have to go and start opening pallets, and just start finding my own boxes at the back? Is that how this works?
You got to start.
I
You got
actually
to
don't
start
get it.
getting some. You got to go get some custom vests, like a Kmart one and a
Yeah,
Target
or I'm
one,
just
and
gonna
just
start
walk straight
working
out
at
the
Kmart.
back. Just get a name
If I go
tag,
in there with a
custom name.
fluoro on there, surely I could just walk straight through.
Just walk straight through,
So
mate.
yeah,
They're just like,
bit of
"Oh
a
yeah,
long.
you here to work?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm just here to work
Sure
only
am.
on the optic pallets.
Yeah.
These basketball cards."
But yeah, like I don't know. Long story, I know it was probably a bit confusing, a bit all over the place. But at the end of the day, I went for the investigation. I still got nothing, and then I rang up. This is another story. I rang up another store, another store in the area. I rang up on Sunday. And the girl goes, "Oh my god, do you have any of these?" She's like, "Oh, we actually had 3 boxes of these, and one guy bought them all yesterday night." I'm like, "Thanks for telling me that. That's exactly what I want to hear."
That makes you feel heaps better, doesn't it?
I was like, "Thank you very much."
Oh, that's
But
great.
yeah, so that's been
Perfect,
my
Gibbo.
run around with Optic. It's been terrible,
Oh,
but
so he
it is
hasn't
what it
been
is.
able to buy or sell at the moment because he can't get it.
I wasn't
So
even going to sell
unlucky,
them.
man.
I was going to hold them. To be honest, I wasn't putting them on
Yeah,
eBay anytime soon. But yeah, I don't know.
I
But insane. Go on, Tom.
no go.
As I say, I got a positive. If you want blasters, StockX, if you can get your bid accepted, is probably the way to go. If you want
StockX is
boxes,
just
'cause
goaded. It's so good.
what's the point in having this run around for at every Kmart in the northern suburbs
There's no
to
click
get
and
nothing
collect
anyway?
on. There's no click
There's no
and
click and
collect on
collect. Like,
StockX.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
your,
Come
your
straight to your
bid's
door. Take a few days.
your bid's been accepted, but we're going to put it on the floor so everyone can take it. Your
Yeah.
product.
Oh man,
It's
like,
so
am I not the
cool.
only one who thought that was a bit? To be honest, when I was saying that story, I'm like, it sounds a bit dumb. Like, it sounds a bit entitled. But am I not the, when it was happening when it was at the time? I'm like, does this not make sense? Why would you put up something for click and collect when you
It's
can't click
actually
and collect
funny.
it because everyone's just gone and bought it?
It's so
And like,
funny.
it's gonna end up. Do we have to turn out like the states where we got to make time, where we got to find out the times they restock? So then, if it's during the day, I can take work off and go there to get some packs. Because like, what are the chance? What are the chances do I
We
have?
just don't get the same amount allocation
Yeah, the
as
allocation.
them, and that's the reality. And
Yeah,
that's why to actually get it at true retail here, because unfortunately, other than Kmart, no one sells it at that price. Other than
no.
Kmart and Target, albeit Targets are now slowly being phased out here in
Yeah.
Victoria.
They just opened a brand new one at High Point.
Target.
I thought that
Oh
wasn't
no,
getting
sorry,
reopened.
sorry, Kmart,
Kmart,
sorry,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking
Kmart.
about Target.
Apologies, Target. Sorry,
Yeah, Target's slowly
ignore
getting
that.
phased out. But Kmart, yeah, that's why it's so hard to get true retail here because Kmart's the only place. And everywhere else that gets any sort of allocation, Games World here in Victoria. I don't know if there's any interstate. I
Zinger
think there might be
lemons.
some. There might be some interstate as well, but also like Zing, EB, other names off the top of the head.
Lemons,
Toy
lemons,
World,
lemons.
Toy World
Pop
get
culture.
some. Um,
I don't know. Is that even is that just a website? Pop culture?
no, they have a store. It's in Geelong.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's in
Oh.
Geelong. Yeah,
Because they have
it's
blasters for
actually
$70,
sick.
by the way. They have blasters for $70.
Their
They were on there
store
for
is
a few days as well,
their
which was
store's
surprising.
unreal, bro.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like it's saying that like they're $70, but still, if you buy that from retail in the States, it's still
Yeah.
45 or 50 Australian dollars. Yeah, the
Is it
prices
really?
have
Okay.
gone up in the States as well, but it's not 70. It's not because 70 Australian dollars is about 55 US. The
Yeah.
blasters aren't 55 US
$30,
because people in
aren't they?
people in Discord groups are selling them for 50, 55 US and they're still making
Yeah.
profit. So what are they getting them for? So we're
Yeah.
like really, let's be honest, they're sort of using the disparity of the world locations in the fact that we would have to import them, and by the time we
Yeah.
pay postages and this and that, it's going to bump it up. That I've done the math that I could probably get some boxes here for 60 to 65, but people are happy to pay the 70 to EB or happy to pay the 70 to the other guys, and it just brings in another whole discussion into this is like
Yeah.
the bump up in pricing that they've sort of done, which is for a company like Zing and EB, it annoys me because they make so much money in other facets in their business. In gaming, in pops, in merchandise and other stuff. Do they really need to eat every last cent out of cards?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, they do.
I mean, it just frustrates me, man.
Yeah.
And
No, I
that's
see.
why
I see.
and that's why a lot of the now I'm not really buying too much sealed product. I think that optic box is the first I bought since getting Prism Blasters, and even then Select I happened to get some hangers luckily, off EB, and even at $40 I still feel that's criminally overpriced for a hanger. You got to remember that these same hangers were $20, yeah, $20. So the price has doubled in 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's a significant jump for any industry. Like that is ridiculous. Normal goods don't go up that much. 100% in 12 months. Like that's a big jump when you're talking about bump up in prices. But this was a topic of what we've been looking at, and Optic has.
Well, this is what you've been looking at. This is what
Optic
you've
is
been
what
looking
we've
at.
been looking at.
Yeah.
But this is what
It's literally
this
all
is
we've been
the-
looking at.
Yeah, these are the observations. These are the observations that I've been having, and it just brings it back to like, it annoys because ripping product is part of the hobby, but it's fun. It's a
When
fun
you can
part,
get
but
it.
Yeah.
when but Dom, there's a difference of when you can get it because anyone can get product. It's just a matter of whether you're willing to accept that price point. Because
Yeah.
let's be honest, 97% of the time, you are not going to pull back your what is worth in the box. I'm telling you. And as these prices keep rising up and up and up, it's not like they're putting better hits in the box. Prices go up, but the hits stay the same and the hit rates stay the same. Yeah, but the boxes keep going up. And I'm not, and boxes have come down in a sense, from their peaks and whatever, but so is the whole market. But I'm talking about boxes from the get-go from the retailers. Like, and I've spoken about this before a number of times, and it's just, I've just accepted the fact that this is not going to change. So my opinion is I won't buy it. Unless, as I said, I can get optic blasters cheaper from StockX than buying it from a store here in Australia. Like when that's the point, what are we doing? And people want to say, and people want to say things, I've heard people say through the line, oh, but you don't pay taxes on those. Well, when you do buy them off StockX, you do pay tax, right? Because, if you buy them off eBay or you maybe buy them off of someone in a Discord group or a Facebook group, different story, right? But it shouldn't matter regardless, because at the end of the day, for me, this is a hobby, card collecting, and not for anything. I like to, make my money last so I can have more fun in the hobby.
Exactly. I feel like StockX changed the whole game with these things. With wax. With
I
singles,
reckon they have.
no. With singles, definitely not. To us in Australia, anyway, because you pay like $30 for usually when I'm looking to buy something, I just add $30 on. So if you're buying quantity, usually I'm not, you don't go on there and buy one box. Like you buy the lot of 4, the lot of 6. I think they do lots of 8 as
Yeah.
well. But you buy a lot of 4, a lot of 6. You divide that the $30 of shipping and fees across 4 or 6 boxes, and it works out a lot better than what you're going to get it for here. And the original price when you can get your bid accepted is going to be cheaper than what anyone's selling it for you.
Definitely.
You mentioned Select actually. If we're done on this, you mentioned Select. Those blasters are actually quite cheap on StockX as well. So having a look, it comes to around 55 or so. I think I worked it out as like a bid, like $10-15 more than the highest bid. And they still worked out to be like $55, $50 to $55 a box shipped to Australia.
Yeah, and people here on Facebook groups is about 70 to 75 is the going
Yeah.
rate when they first released. And I'm not going to lie, I actually bought a box at 110, a blaster box for one blaster, cost me 110. And I'm like sort of shitty at myself. And that's why I haven't even gone near optic blasters here on Facebook groups in Australia,
Yeah.
because I'm like, stuff it, because I'll just wait and get some from overseas. And you've just verified my point. I mean, you got your optic blasters for what, like $60 a box from StockX or
65, yeah.
something like that.
And that
Yeah.
was a
So,
while ago. That was a good month and a half ago.
yeah.
That was a while ago now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like,
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
it's interesting. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind to try get some fat packs because it's got the blue velocities in there, and I like the blue velocities. So
That's why I wanted it.
I guess that's why you want it, right?
Yeah.
But like I just had a look at boxes of that, and boxes on StockX of that sealed are going for about 500. So that's about
Yeah.
$40 a pack.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's an
That's a
interesting
lot.
price point. It's an interesting price point.
comps at about 300 US for the box. 270 to 300 US on
I'm
130
just
point
looking at last solds on
StockX. Yeah.
StockX. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, lads. Let's jump over to Fire or Flame.
Flame Kmart for the runaround that I've had in the last
Bang.
week for
Bang.
fucking nothing in the end. You know what? You're gonna open one now.
Yeah, that's why I
I'm gonna go
said.
on.
you're
I'm gonna go on.
Saucy Fire or Flame.
I got one. Hang on, wait. I'm trying to bring it up. Of course, I got a flame. I said I would do a what's it called? A crypto fire. So I'll just bring it up. And Dominic, you know this one. I'm not just
Come on,
shouting
yeah.
from the hills here. I'm just shouting.
No,
from the hills.
no.
Just shouting from the hills here. Here he is. Here it is. Soul Chicks, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what this is, get familiar with it. If you don't know what play to earn games are, get familiar with it, because play to earn games is the new revolution in gaming, where you pretty much play a game and you earn crypto playing the game. So your attention is worth money. Here is a game that will be launching. They've already got a demo version which you can go on here and play. If anyone is familiar with League of Legends, the game, or Dota, or Diablo, any of those games, it's a familiar, very similar to that. But Soul Chicks, why is this a fire? There's two ways you can get involved. There are official NFTs, which are on Soul Art, I believe, and where you can buy the chicks. There is also one more chick mint release where you can mint one of these little chicks, and that has use cases within the game. I didn't mint one foolishly. They're now worth 14 soul, the floor. So, and I think they were about one
Wow.
soul to mint. They were about one soul to mint, and now the
Holy
floor is
shit.
14 soul. So if you get the opportunity, there is another minting opportunity, so you can mint. If you miss out on that, on the 13th of December, they are releasing their coin onto a exchange. all of their pre-sales and everything have already been completed, so you can't enter in on any pre-sales for the coin. But the coin will be listing on Radium. What is Radium? Radium is a decentralized exchange, and you will be able to buy it on there, and then eventually be able to buy it on more platforms. But this is just something to look out for, because this is like, if anyone goes into the crypto space or knows anything about it, there's a game called Axie Infinity. The coin is called AXS. Just go look up the price of that coin and what it's done in 12 months. So just imagine if this coin can replicate anything like that, even if it can do 1/4 as good as that, or half as good, you will be laughing. So I genuinely think that this is such a brilliant product. As I said to Dom, I missed an opportunity to get in and buy even more of the pre-sale, and I'm like literally kicking myself, because I think it was like, potential to make big money. But Soul Chicks Play to Earn Games, that is where my head is at, and that is where my NFT head is at. As I said, I try to keep the crypto talk to mainly Crunch Time, and not too much on the other shows. But I don't mind bringing up a fire. I couldn't even be more so sure about how much
Might
of
have
an
to set
impact
up a
Play to Earn.
Radium account source.
Yeah, so anyone can get a Radium account. All you need, I believe, is a Solana compatible wallet, which will be a Phantom wallet.
Phantom.
And then you set up a Phantom wallet and you connect your Phantom wallet within browser. This is where it brings it down to, like, I really should, and I do know I said I'm going to do this, is put some videos together to show people what all half this stuff means, wallets and so on, and how you get involved. But 13th of December, they will be listing on Radium, and then you'll be able to buy the coin. I suggest don't rush on the 13th of December to buy the coin, because it will shoot up and skyrocket off the listing, because that's what happens with cryptos. As soon as they list onto exchange, they skyrocket in price. Then they'll come down, level out at a price, and that's probably where you want to buy in. Why not? Why not? People go out in a weekend and spend 100, 200, $300. Why not put $100 into this Chicks token? And you know what? In 12 months, maybe you're cashing out 5K. Who knows? Maybe you're cashing out a K. But I could, I'm confidently saying, I'm not saying 100%, but I'm confidently saying, based off what I've seen in this space, that this is a really, really good project.
Nice. Before Lukey opens his pack to finish the show,
Yeah.
you're going to finish it. I got a fire, got a nice package sent to me.
Here we go. I'm going to bring him up big. Hang on. Here he is.
I got a nice package sent to me. I saw one of our good friends, Shane Panther, posted a card and had a laugh about it with him. And he goes, "Oh no, I'll send you a Christmas present, Tom."
Oh no!
So it looks even better in person. There it is. There's my Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Trump. Show us the back.
Oh my god!
The back's even better. He's just holding the gun outside the car window.
Oh,
shit! Great. For anyone listening, it's
nothing less from him as well.
Explain to people what it is, Dom, for the people listening.
It is a Mickey Mantle rookie card, obviously the most famous Mickey Mantle card in the history of like in baseball cards, but it's not Mickey Mantle. It's the same card, but instead of Mickey Mantle's face, we've got Donald Trump's face on there holding the bat. And then on the back, for some reason, it's got Donald Trump holding a Glock outside of the window of his car. I have no idea why. But thanks, Panther, for sending that through. I'll cherish that. It's very funny. Very, very funny. So thank you very much.
Oh, shit. That's so good. I expect nothing less from him. Absolutely nothing less.
It'll feature on In the Spotlight eventually. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's to. All right, boys. All right,
let's get him up big.
Here we go.
End the show on a high. Let's get something nice here. Come on.
Well, last time I opened the pack on Oh, actually, no. The other time we opened the Mosaic Blast and I got fuck all. Remember that?
Yeah, you got shat on by Mosaic.
And then the other time I opened the Prism Boost, I got a LaMelo base, so that was all right.
Oh, that's
Let's see
right.
what we-
That's right. Oh,
This-
so you're
this
one
pack-
from one.
Yeah, this pack was backwards, so hopefully it's good luck. I don't want to see what's on the back, so I'm gonna sort of open it up like this.
Here we go.
Oh no, I've seen what's on the back. Oh no, I haven't. Chris Middleton,
Chris Middleton.
LeBron.
Oh, that's nice. Come on. Come on. Tillman.
Xavier Tillman. All
Come
right.
on, let's just go nuts.
Winner stays Tim Duncan.
That's okay.
Yeah. Average.
Yeah.
Nothing special. Average.
Shit pack. Shit pack.
Average pack.
Average.
Now,
That's okay. Thanks,
on
Kmart. Again, I expected nothing less from Kmart either. Nothing less.
And on that note, myself, Sauce, Luke, and Donald Mantle. It's crunch time. Coming up big when it counts. Peace is banana.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Crunch Time on the Double Coverage Media Network. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to know when we drop a new episode. Also, feel free to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Crunch Time, coming up big when it counts.